Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, if you're watching the video, it looks like Anthony is having a lot of fun in here.
I know, this is great.
I think Dan threw something at him. All right, 20 minutes after 11 o'clock. One of my new favorite segments of the broadcast week is Right Now. Anthony James is our travel expert. The voice of travel is the show's name. And no Marvin Gaye this morning, Anthony. I chose, what's this guy's name again, Robin?
Holiday Road. It's,
I know, but what's the guy's name? Oh, Lindsey Buckingham.
That's it,
from Fleetwood Mac. So that was from the, what was that movie again?
Vacation.
Yeah, National Lampoon's.
Vacation, yeah. Joe and Dan are having fun with the clock or something.
Yeah.
How you doing, Anthony?
Good. How are you all?
And we're gonna talk about reviews today.
Yes.
As in like Yelp, that kind of thing.
Yes. I want everybody to be very careful in deciding on a hotel before they, while they're looking at reviews. Many people have a great time at different hotels. You'll see all of a sudden, one hotel will have 100 views. 75 of them will be good, 25 of them will be bad. You really you've got to figure it out. It's very easy for a hotel to make a mistake with a guest, and that guest just wants all of their money back. That means everything else was bad. And we have found that a lot more people are using that to get their money back in hotels.
Oh.
Okay. So what we do, us as managers, us as hotel staffers, we try our best to continue to train each other on what to do good, or how to treat guests, and because times are changing. You have us that are here, in Ocala, or people that are in Chicago. We see so many different people per day, but we don't know them. So all we can try to do is gauge how that guest is feeling at that time and do everything that we need to do to make them feel at home, make them feel comfortable. But there are a lot of people out there that will give people bad reviews, and that's just the world we live in.
I know it's the way it is.
It happens. So I want listeners, I want people to do their research and find out why they had a bad stay. Was the pool not working? It's no hotel goes, to themselves, well, we're going to take down the pool right when we're sold out and all these kids are here. It is one of the worst things that could happen, but it happens. Right. It happens. So I just want people to, don't just look at all the reviews. Call the hotel, ask them what they have, tell them that you're coming next week for the pool, and you're coming in to do this, and just talk to the hotels and let them tell you. But don't pay too much attention to all of the reviews, good or bad, because there are people
That's a good point too. Yeah,
there are people that will say, well, if you make this right, I'll write a good review. Well, you don't know what that.
What is that supposed to mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So but like I said, don't just rely on the reviews of other people. Call the hotel, find out. Do some other Googling. There could be one site that says, oh, this was great. There's one site that says, this is bad. This is the best hotel I've ever been to. This site, this is the worst hotel I've ever been to.
Yeah, right.
So just do your research on the property and the area that you're going.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, you can have people who are one-sided because they just don't, maybe they're your competition.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then that does happen.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't want people not going and staying somewhere and having a bad stay and saying, oh, well, I had a bad stay, or I'm going to have a bad stay if I go to this hotel, which is just not true. So, like I said, people look and do your research. But there are a lot of hotels that get a lot of bad reviews, and they're actually really nice hotels.
Sometimes transportation is an issue if you're flying in somewhere, whether it be Gatlinburg, Tennessee, or Orlando, Florida. When a person gets to the hotel, they want to make sure that they have transportation from that hotel to the different attractions and the restaurants and things. So that's
Right.
that's a very important review to look at.
And also, but take it like this. Somebody's coming from California. They've already been delayed twice. They finally get to town, and the shuttle has left Orlando 15 minutes earlier with some guests. So now they have to go back. Well, if it's 5 o'clock, there's going to be a ton of traffic. But you know what? The guest doesn't see that. All the guest knows is that they've been sitting at the airport for 45 minutes waiting, but we don't know what that guest has encountered before they got there. So what was most important, and the first thing that guest is going to remember, is that the shuttle, I had to wait 45 minutes for that shuttle.
Oh, yeah.
And that could be all they base their review on.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know it happens with authors all the time. They'll give bad reviews, and the bad review might be about the delivery. It might say, boy, it took 2 days and I paid for 1 day.
Right.
And so they give the book 1 star. I know, it's crazy. Anthony, we have a phone call coming in. Good morning. You're on the air with Anthony James.
Yes, good morning, Anthony.
Morning.
Do hotels have to reveal if there's some big construction going on next to their facility? I had a terrible experience years ago where we were up on about the 20-some floor, but right next out of my window, there was a high-rise going up, and around 6 o'clock every morning, the air hammers started going and saws and everything else. To the hotels, should they really tell you something like that's going on and maybe give you a discount if you're on that side of the building because you get up at 5 o'clock to do what you got to do?
Well, you mentioned give you a discount for that. That is going to be up to the hotel to do, and it would be good, because if you're letting that guest know, hey, this is what's going on here at the hotel, especially if the hotel is going through a refurbish or the hotel is going through a renovation, it is going to be on their sites that, hey, we're going through a renovation. But as far as, buildings beside it, they should, especially if the guest is going to be sitting on that side or sleeping on that side, they should definitely tell the guest up front, hey, this is the only rooms we have. It's on this side. Now, I was going to give you a discount off of your room, but just wanted to let you know, and that way you as the guest have the decision to make yes or no. But you're absolutely right, they should.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Thank you for the call. Do you know what I want to ask you, though, regarding reviews? Are there any review services that wouldn't be skewed by the disgruntled, guy who was waiting 45 minutes? Are there, like, professional review companies that we can go to and that we can rely on better than the average Joe?
No. Because with Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all those things, there was a story of this guy in New York City, and he had checked into the hotel and he had tweeted about his hotel. So the hotel, being as savvy as they are, when they tweet it at that hotel, they have somebody there on site to look at those and make it right at that time.
Oh, wow.
And then that guest later tweeted, guess what happened? This happened, and they made it right, and all these different types of things. But there are some services out there that do professional ones, but it's all on the guest. It's the guest experience, and because guests are free to do whatever they like. So there's nothing concrete of go to this site or go to this one because you're going to get the absolute best.
Really?
No.
But before there was the internet, before there was all this stuff, and I know you're too young to remember that. But,
not really.
But I remember going, like when I used to play colleges, I used to look at the little reviews. I'd pick up these books and they would have these little reviews, and I don't know who did them, but they were in there, and I could say, oh, okay, this one's, it costs more, but I see why. And this one's got 1 star, and I guess I can see why. But somebody was reviewing them.
Well, back then, the efforts it was an extreme amount of effort to do those. Now, with the click of a button, everybody that comes into town will know about that hotel. So it's much easier now. And plus, like I said, a lot of people are using it to their advantage because I have seen it and heard it all. I have actually had someone come up to me and say, well, you didn't have boiled eggs this morning. And if you give me $100 off of your room,
Oh.
I will write a good review.
You're kidding.
So they're all savvy to that now, which is good. Reviews are not bad. They can
But
actually help.
boiled eggs?
Oh, it is. I could tell you stories, especially when I lived in Memphis or DC. I can tell you tons of stories. Philly, I can tell you tons of stories that has happened. But those are the things. That's why I don't want. That's why I want people understanding to don't look at the reviews, because you just don't know all the time. I mean, like I say, hotels can have 50 good reviews, and then 2 of them will
You
be
have a
bad.
beautiful hotel, by the way. Gosh, I'm looking at the clock. We got
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Tell everybody where you are. So
The Homewood Suites,
Homewood
off
Suites.
of 200, right beside the Dillards. Come see us.
do a staycation.
Yes.
All right, we're done. Holy mackerel, that went fast. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. An attack and hostage situation in Tunisia, which Tunisia State TV reports is now over.
At the Bardo Palace Museum there in the center of that city. This is a major museum, attracts a lot of foreigners.